Robin.
You're listening to Opie and Anthony. On the virus. Sirius XM.
We're very psyched. We already did like 20 minutes with him, but now we got to do it for the radio.
I love it.
We've been cracking each other up here. Jimmy Fallon, of course, on the Opie and Anthony show. We've been kind of promoting that all morning there, Jimmy.
Thanks for having me back on, you guys. You're awesome.
No problem.
You see Jim Norton, too?
Yes, Jimmy. I've been watching the new show, and so far, so good.
Ooh, you know, we're finding our place. You know, it's like, it's tricky. You know, we're getting, because there's, you know, you got to calm down a little bit. I got to calm down. I got to figure out how the writing's going to be. You know, are we going to do these types of jokes, or am I going to do a political joke? Does that work? You know, and then am I going to do bad jokes if I just got to fill time? You know, it's like, you got to do it. It's like it's all about like kind of getting through the whole show. So we're figuring it out, and the audience and critics have been fair so far.
You got a nice little bump in the paper today. They're talking about how first week so far so good, and the ratings were just fine. So
yeah, we're doing good in the ratings. That's all good. It's just like kind of finding the rhythm of the show.
It's nerve-wracking, right? Because you're out of your comfort zone.
Especially first show is impossible to do because my mother and father are there, and they're kind of walking around lost. They don't know where they're going, and you know, and then my aunt and uncle are there, my sister, so it's like a family thing, and there's balloons, and there's so many flowers and balloons in my office. I thought I had my appendix taken. I can't work at it. Can we move? I appreciate it, but can we move it out of my office? I can't. This is weird. It smelled like a morgue. Okay. We found like some storage closet to do notes in. I'm like, okay.
Don't you wish you could just tell them kind of like, could you wait till, you know, I'm a week in and then come and show up? Like, just leave me alone.
They're walking around with beers. They had cheese and crackers, and they go, let's go out and celebrate. I go, I got to do this tomorrow.
This
like,
is a one-off.
A year from now, we could celebrate and go crazy. But it's like, I just want this to work. I mean, at least first 6 months, I'm on eggshells. I'm like,
Well, if you look at any of the shows, even Letterman years ago when he first started, and Conan, of course, they absolutely had to find their niche in late night talk. It's one of these things that it looks very easy if you're good at it. And have been doing it a while because it just looks effortless, but it's got to be one of the most stressful, especially if you got a guest that's sitting there that's giving you yes and no answers and shit like that.
Yeah.
God damn, that's got to be hard.
You know, I got to go back to the office with the balloons and everything. Did you get our gift?
I did, by the way.
Do you know what it was?
Was it champagne?
What did we send?
That's why I did it, to make you feel awkward. We sent you cupcakes, Jimmy.
You sent me Magnolia cupcakes.
Oh, all right.
In fact, I know now, Okay. You sent me Magnolia cupcakes.
Magnolia.
It's even better than cupcakes. Yes, I really, really did, in fact. I did. In fact, you were one of the first people to send this gift.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, the show sent over some Magnolia cupcakes.
I really appreciate that. Yeah.
So I was hoping you're like, yeah, I got your chocolates. Or, well, you said champagne.
Champagne. I took a wild shot. I like champagne.
You took a tough interview, the first one, De Niro. I'd say he's a tough guy to interview. He says, you know,
He gave me exactly what I asked for. I didn't expect him to, be talking, but he doesn't talk.
No.
He really doesn't talk. But backstage he'll be like, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
You did okay. Like, he talked 10 times more than he did on the show.
Like, why couldn't you do this out there for?
But I was freaking out. But no, it's exactly what I wanted to. I wanted to just, like, see if I can get anything out of him.
Yeah.
He ended up doing the bit with us. He did Space Train, which it came off as whatever it came off as, but actually it was fun because we did that live.
Yeah.
In front of we have like a big sharp TV screen that they stand in front of. It looks like a green screen. So I want to have different people come on. If they don't feel like talking, we could do a bit in front of there.
That's a good idea.
And they don't have to really talk.
Yeah,
they just
good idea.
Because he's a much better actor than he is a talker.
Of course, yeah.
You're a dude that you used to be on live television, so it's like you can at least improv, and you've been being on live TV is frightening. What are you thinking when you're sitting there? Because I was watching the interview, and I'm like, you're giving a lot of energy, and De Niro is De Niro. He's a tough guy, and what are you thinking as this happening? Like, oh, he's not saying anything. Is there like a panic that's set in? Because I was like panicking watching it.
Oh yeah, the sweat started pouring out of my face. If you look at it, I look like a Madame Tussauds wax figure of myself. This greasiest face. I'm like, so when you were in Taxi Driver, gosh, this is tough, man. It was pretty. It was like I was just thinking about.
And then it doesn't help either that you're like, holy shit, that's De Niro.
Yeah.
I don't care how famous you are, you still have to be like, wow, that's De Niro.
When you see his face, you go, oh my god, that's such a recognizable face.
Right there next to him.
It's crazy.
Yeah, he's just known for really not talking. And it's so odd because, just so many legendary movies, but you bring it up and it's just like Yep.
I did.
I did. Yeah.
I did.
All right.
Okay,
Thank
okay.
you.
Do you live in New York? I do. I do. I live there. Okay, and do you like Italian food? Yep. Nice. I mean, we had Van Morrison on, who's another not talker.
No,
didn't like to talk either. So I was at sound check. I was just wanting to say hi. He sounded amazing.
Yep.
And then he's saying he's selling a live at the Hollywood Bowl version of Astro Weeks. So he's on tour doing Astro Weeks, and he does the sound check. He's amazing. And I go over to say somebody wants to introduce me to him. Like, hey Jimmy, this is Van, and he just turns around. And he's like, starts organizing his stuff. Okay, he doesn't feel like talking. So then later on, I went over and said, hey, Van, if you need anything like Snickers bars or Red Bulls in your dressing room, whatever you need, you know, this is the first time we're doing a show, so let me know if the sound is good. And he goes, you got any methadone? And got a huge laugh. I was like, oh, he's like, give me zingers now. It's like an insult comic now. Who does your hair?
Yeah. At some point, do you hope you could just be an insufferable prick to people like some of the veterans are, where you never see them anymore? Like, you seem like you're walking into the people, can I get you something? I'll run to the deli, I'll grab you a sandwich.
Whatever you need.
Like, whatever you need.
Exactly,
And
right
after a
now.
while, it's just, I show up for the show, disappear right after.
I was like, yeah, you don't have to play if you don't want. Get out of here.
Yeah, leave.
You do Letterman, he faxes you a thank you.
If you're lucky.
No, you're not allowed to talk to him after the show. Remember that, Jimmy.
Yeah, I know, yeah. I went the other way with it. I think I'm like combining a bunch of things. I think like before the show, I go over and say hi to everybody. But like Leno does that.
Yes.
Letterman does not do that.
No.
Conan sometimes did it. And I think I found that I like it. I like it when people come before the show and say hi. Like, Opie, you came over and said hi to me before we went on. That was not. I think it kind of calms you down a little bit. Like, okay, because this is not my normal surroundings.
Right.
I think you want to make it feel like, hey, be calm, be comfortable.
Yeah.
Let's
Don't
have
worry
some
about
fun,
it.
you know?
Yeah, it's having a good time. It's stupid, to be honest. Right. The whole thing's, we're just having a, just a silly conversation, promoting your thing. and that's
really stupid.
We really have stupid jobs.
It's great.
We're really lucky.
It's just entertainment. It's just like something just to be funny. And like, if you come in freaking out and scared,
right,
then no one's gonna have fun.
Yeah. But I like the show so far, man. The Drew Barrymore one was great. You do that bit, I forgot the name. The licking bit is pretty.
Lick it for 10.
I'm hoping you come up with some really crazy licks soon.
What we were doing was like, with that one, is like, we just kind of did stuff that wasn't gross.
Right.
It was just like kind of Price is Right. Things like, it's a Baltimore pool table. Everyone has fun at this pool table at your house.
Yeah.
It's like, who cares what it does? Someone's just going to lick it.
Yeah. For 10
But he's
bucks.
giving you like a 10-second intro of what this thing does.
What it is.
It's a foosbog table.
Yeah.
Kenderson's foosbog. It's always fun. The kids have hours of entertainment, but
I'll lick it.
What's the feedback?
I'll lick it.
I forgot the name, and I wish I had it in front of me. The feedback of the bit you're doing when it's kind of a takeoff on The Hills and all those reality shows.
Seventh Floor West.
I was dying, laughing my ass off.
I'm
like,
glad you got that.
People are getting this.
I don't know if they're getting it or not, but it's so well shot.
He's got he's doing a reality show with the people on the show, and it's over the most mundane stuff, just like all these other.
Like, it's almost like
reality
exactly
shows.
like The Hills, where like they're trying to. It's a lot of looking at each other and staring and like, making faces like, it's so quiet and then we have all these ridiculous songs in the background. My life is so unchanged. It's just like, oh, gross. It's just so.
I was like, brilliant. And the first episode, it's all about him just picking a tie for his first show.
Yeah, that's the whole episode. Yeah, Michael Blyden directed that. This kid that works in our office, like, and we have this. We just have cameras in our office, so we shot it all ourselves and edited it in our offices.
Right.
So everyone's up in these offices till like 4 a.m, just like, working on the stuff. It's kind of like tinkering around. Yeah. It's something that probably in 3 months, they're never going to do ever again.
They won't do again.
It's not worth it.
I hope you do a few more, because so far so good.
We're working
all this drama over nothing.
I think we're going to do one for next week. We're going to get the Roots in one of the episodes.
Right. Well, by the way, everyone's amazed that you got the Roots as the house band. How did you pull that one off?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, again, it was like lucky. It's like how we got, it's like my friend Neil. You know Neil Brennan?
Yeah.
Yeah, Neil was working on the Chappelle show, and he's like, what you should get for your house band is the Roots. Mm-hmm. I go, amazing. You think they'd do it? He goes, oh, no. They might know somebody who's like them, and they could give you on the right track. I go, okay. Yeah. So I just figured I'd ask them, just to see what's that. The worst they could say is no. So I asked them, and I didn't hear back from them for 3 weeks. And I go, well, that's a no. Okay, that's fine. I'll look elsewhere. And then I got an email from the manager saying, hey, we'd love to talk. We've been in Europe on tour, and So I get him in a meeting. It was me and Questlove and Black Thought, and me and my 2 producers, and we're in Lorne Michaels' office. And we're just like having a meeting, and I go, I give him the big pitch. I go, look, you'll raise the bar of what a house band could be. I mean, there's no one like you. You are the Roots. But you could play with Tony Bennett, or you could play with Jay-Z, and it'll sound fantastic, because you're that talented. You're that diverse. I don't know who to compare you to. I go, and fourthly, you live in Philly. So you could just take a train, a Acela train, it's an hour and a half. Yeah, that's pretty good, you know? And Questlove said, he goes, all right, I have a question for you. And I'm like, here we go. He's going to ask if he can come in on Wednesdays and Fridays or something. So I go, sure. He goes, like, say Herbie Hancock is in town or something. Can he come and play with our band? Like, I was like, no, absolutely. Yeah, like, that's the question. That's perfect. This is great. We should actually have him in the band forever. That was a phenomenal question. Yes. And then he's like, my other question is, if this is Lorne Michaels' office, where's the popcorn? Like, he's such a huge fan of Saturday Night Live and Lorne. I was like, he's such a cool guy. Yeah. And he's twittering and he's tweeting and twittering all the time too. He's a big tech guy as well.
Yeah, Jimmy Fallon's a fellow Twitter user. So
what is your name on the Twitter?
Oh, look at that! I like this. Opie Radio.
Opie Radio. So it's twitter.com/Opie Radio.
Yeah, and you're
I'm Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, just Jimmy Fallon, one word.
Okay.
But he's using it during the show and stuff, and you're doing a lot of experimentation with it.
Yeah, we tried to do this thing the other night. We got this kid in the audience. His name was Brian Brinkman.
Yeah.
And he had 7 followers on Twitter. 7. Yeah. So we're like, we're gonna see how big we can blow this guy up.
That's awesome.
So we had like these 2 guys on, Russell Brand, Kevin Rose, and Alex Albrecht from Dig Nation.
Yeah.
They're these big guys in the internet. So they're like, all right, so we're trying this experiment. We got him from 7 followers to 30,000 in a day. The kid's freaking out.
Wow.
Yeah, he's so excited.
Feel the pressure.
Oh yeah, now he's like, every tweet he's sending out, he's like, I gotta be funny. I gotta be charming. I don't know what's going on. He's like, I'm ruining his life.
Sitting down watching Gilligan's Island.
We might have another one where we just take all his followers away from him too. We take his fame away. Like,
playing Twitter God. That's great, man.
It's ridiculous. It really makes no sense, but it's fun. It's like fun stuff to do, things like that, and go on Facebook. And I was actually nervous at first. I don't know if you were, just to like get on and kind of meet your audience and meet your fans. I was just afraid of how negative it's going to be and if they're going to bash me.
Well, those people will always be out there.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
But it's pretty much positive.
Yeah, for the most part it is.
I mean, it's like, cause I don't mind being called a douchebag, as long as you say you're a douchebag and your monologue should be shorter. It's like, all right, it's constructive. Yeah, cause I can't change the douchebag, but I can make my monologue shorter. At least just give me tips, Not like just completely trashing me, 'cause then that's just useless.
Well, you're not replacing the guy in an aggressive way, like, cause Conan's stepping, to go do the Tonight Show, so it's not like you're coming in where they fired Conan and people are resentful. It's like everybody knows that Conan is voluntarily going, so it's like, all right, that's a cool open spot, so they're not going to just hate you for being there.
Yeah, because Conan's going to be on at 11:30.
Yeah.
So he's coming. Yeah, I didn't kill everyone's Conan.
Right.
You're so right. That's we made a joke about that in one of the webisodes. Like, is the guy that took Conan away from you? You're Jimmy. Like, that's not what we did, but it's been interesting, like, figuring that whole thing out and booking guests and it's tricky. It's like,
are you involved in a lot of the booking, or is it like somebody just come up to you and go, hey, here's who's on tonight, and you go like, oh shit.
Well, he's like, it's sort of like, he won't do it because he has to do Letterman first or Kimmel first, or he has
it's
a
good
deal.
to know your deal with that crap.
Nice, good.
It's like just us radio guys.
Yeah, and I go, I didn't even know it was that bad. It gives me more appreciation for my guests.
Yeah,
for coming on. You go, hey,
coming on.
Thanks for coming on.
Right.
Whoever it is. But it's like, Leno gave me good advice. He goes, I won't do an impression, but he goes, it doesn't matter how big the celebrity is, because the ratings don't go up or down. He's like, because sometimes the best celebrity is a bad interview. He goes, just get the good interviews. And I was like, that's good. It put me at ease. Like, good. I don't have to worry about my third week and shows. And
he was saying that with in mind, he had
me on the show.
I'm going to get the good interviews, and you're going to get crap now because I'm taking all the good ones.
Leads of movies, which I don't mind. And actually, I was saying, like, I don't care if people go on. Kimmel's a great guy, and like Ferguson, go do their shows first, and then come on me when you're all the rust is off. Come at me with your best game, and we'll have a good time.
Yeah. Do you think that they are going there first because they want to see, all right, well, let's just see if Jimmy's here in 6 months. They don't want to piss off people they've been going on. They're probably playing that game too. Where they're like, well, let's just see if he'll be here and before we commit to it, and then piss off Jimmy Kimmel if he's gone too.
It's probably that as well. Yeah, I think there's other thing they're doing now. They're making deals, like studios are making deals with talk shows before they make the movie. So they make the movie and they go, here's the thing, and we signed a deal with Kimmel. They were going to do a week of this movie. And you do this, and Letterman will do a week of this movie. And he's like, so they signed deals before the movie's made.
Wow.
So I don't have a chance.
And then you don't even get,
But I get a second week. It's like, all right, you open at number 3. Let's go see if you get the numbers up. To be honest, yeah, it's like, I want our show to be, we don't care about that stuff.
Yeah.
We want to be like the peaceful show where it's like, good, come on after everyone. I don't care.
It's very fresh. When you look at the Jimmy Fallon show, it just feels fresh.
Thanks.
New, and because we were just talking about the tech thing right before you came on here. You know, you have no problem talking about your iPhone and other tech stuff, and
we had the
social networking.
The Palm Pre we had on our show before anybody.
Yeah.
We had it last week. This kid Josh Topolsky from Engadget.com.
Yep.
He brought this new phone. It's sick. It's like the iPhone. The top is touchscreen, and then a keyboard slides out so you can type on it with like a BlackBerry. Mm-hmm. But you don't have to plug it in. You throw it on like a plastic, like a sheet of paper almost, and it magnetizes and charges your phone.
Wow.
Can you touchscreen type? Can you type touchscreen too, or you have to pull the thing down?
I think you have to pull the thing down.
Okay.
That's a good question. I didn't ask that question. I should have asked that.
I was
just so amazed that the rock magnet thing really freaked me out. Like, I don't have to plug it in to charge it?
Do you have to plug in the rock, though?
Yeah.
You have to plug in the rock. Oh, yeah. Eventually something has to be... That's it on the screen right now.
Oh.
Is that really it?
Whoa!
Yeah. That's a weird... Oh, is that you? Okay, you scared me.
Yeah, I was like,
wait, is there a
it's
commercial
a mirror, but it only comes in Sprint right now.
Right.
But that thing is so sick.
And will they answer Jimmy's question right now?
Well, it looks like an iPhone screen or the BlackBerry screen. You might be able to type on that touch screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's smaller than the iPhone. It's like the size of like a mouse.
And it's probably heat operated like the iPhone, no stylus.
You know what's gross about my iPhone is when I pull it away from my face and it's just the greasiest looking.
God, you gotta wipe it off. It's disgusting.
They've got to solve this problem.
It's the grease on it.
It's just so gross looking. Like, oh, God.
Get it on your shirt and give it the old rub.
Oh, even if it's brand new. It's like, it's just after 5 minutes, you're like, I worked at McDonald's. I'm wearing the fry machine.
It's like I eat healthy and I'm still getting a greasy face. What's that about?
Am I wearing lotion?
I love the iPhone, though, because of things like the contact list. I like that whole thing.
Shazam is amazing.
The apps are amazing for the iPhone.
Shazam makes no sense to me.
I know.
I mean, people freak out when they do that.
Does it work?
Do you have that?
No.
Yeah, I got it. It's amazing.
You hear a song, and you press Shazam, you say tag now, and you put the phone by the speaker, and it tells you who the artist is in the song.
That's messed up.
All
and
done
then you can just hit and download it from iTunes.
Yeah.
And pop it right in your the iPod section of your iPhone.
So good. It's bizarre.
I've used that so many times in the car. You know, you drive and you're like, oh, damn, I like this. You know, hold up to the radio.
As you're driving.
As you're driving.
The other hand, you got a coffee. You're like, who's driving?
You know, drive with your chin.
Who doesn't text and drive at the same time?
Texting and driving is worse than, it's the worst thing you can do.
It's worse than drunk driving.
Yeah, it's worse than drunk driving.
Because it's more interesting.
Look, when I've had a few beers and driven, I don't recommend it to anybody, but I set my cruise control, and I am like, I don't change lanes, I drive the speed limit, I do everything. When I'm like stone sober, I'm texting and I'm weaving all over the road.
Yeah.
You find yourself just jamming on the brakes.
Totally multitasking. You're like, oh my God, we're at a red light.
And then it's like a game. It's like, can I get this word out completely without looking at the road?
That's what I totally do. And sometimes I
like equilibrium. That's a tough one.
It's like, or sending like, I love when it does spell correcting. Correcting. So you're like, that's not what I meant to send.
Yeah.
You're like, do you want to go to the movies, JF?
Yeah.
You know, and it says like, you in the movies if. Right. And you go, I got your text. What does that mean?
I don't know how many
Am I not in the movies? What are you talking about?
Why are you bragging you
times?
have a fat duck? What does that mean?
I meant to
I've texted that so many times. Oh, I want to duck the shot out of you. Like, no, stupid iPhone.
You should have pulled over.
You fucked me up. It's always duck.
But when you come from the world of drunk driving, because we're a little older, this texting and driving is a piece of cake. It really is.
I don't know. You really got to look up a lot. You got to look up a lot more than you do when you're texting.
My girl gets nervous as soon as I reach for that phone. She's like, "Oh no, he's
here he goes
to write a
here
sentence
he goes.
now."
Oh yeah, what?
Yeah,
Sure. Were you kidding?
Of course.
I brought the guitar.
Yeah,
I always
my friend.
play something for you guys.
Yeah, we didn't know how to seg into the guitar. We knew it was there.
Okay, good. I didn't know if you knew it was there. I just wanted
We
to
hate Segways.
You do? By the way, speaking of Segways, I tried to get one of those Segways for my office.
No,
you know, those it machines?
Yeah.
That were going to be cool and now it's not cool anymore.
Yeah, it was the future.
Not legal in New York.
What?
Are you shitting me?
Yeah.
But the cops have them, don't they?
No.
What's the machine?
Well,
maybe
the cops have them for a while.
Cops have fully automatic rifles, too.
Those it machines are supposed to be the future, like a gyro. You stand on them and you look like a nerd.
The two wheels.
That's two wheels and they move.
Oh, yeah.
Illegal in New York?
What's that
Yeah.
about?
I guess you can't have them on the street or... like NBC was a big deal because I was just going to get him as a goof to drive around the office.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be funny. We'd do a bit with it. And it was a huge deal.
Not even inside? You can't even
do it inside?
You should get we used to do the razor board scooters.
Yeah.
In our old office, there were long
scooters.
hallways, so
Yeah.
I got to get something in the office.
That's what I got to get, yeah.
We would just rock the hallways.
You can't have
be
that.
more jackass.
You can't have that, but you can have the bicycle rickshaw guys just
Pedicabs.
screwing up traffic everywhere.
Have you ever ridden in one of those?
Never. I would never be seen in
It's
one
hilarious.
of those.
I did it. It's frightening.
I want
frightening
to go and just like kind of have a riding crop stuck in my back pocket.
Yeah.
And if he slows down a little, just whip him. Just whip the son of a bitch. You can, why? Go
This is
faster.
this is worth $5 a mile.
Blinkers on it.
I was at some event thing, some like black tie thing event, and this like it was some speaker or something was just talking to me and just had like a Triscuit and cheese or something, and it was just flying at me like the beginning of Saving Private Ryan. It was like. And I was like, I was with Horatio, and he was laughing so hard. He's like, "You're covered in cheese right now. Your specks of cheese all over my tuxedo."
Which one is worse, that or extreme bad breath? We had an old boss that we had to deal with his extreme bad breath.
Flu breath. You mean flu breath?
And it's like it's coming from inside.
Yeah,
It can fill a room.
Not like you had a little onion and your breath's, the breath's a little stale. This is like rotting.
It can fill a room. It really can.
Those Altoids are like a joke. Altoids like, I can't even do this.
And every time he's like, "Oh, I got to talk to you about something," you're like, "Oh no."
Your eyebrows are melting. You're like,
right in front of your face.
I'll take the food over open grave breath because at least the food you can wipe off. Something about
open grave breath.
But you know it's a foul, sick smell. It really is. It's violating, and it makes you hate the person for not realizing how bad their mouth smells.
It's rough, and it's like no one they love says anything to them. That's what's sadder than anything. It's like your wife doesn't say anything to you, or
we had a guy that had horrendous breath, and we just openly said, "Look, you got to do something." E-Rock.
Oh, he still works here.
Yeah, you got to do something.
We haven't noticed his bad breath in a long time. So look, we
only
did the
did
guy's
it.
service.
But we only did it on the air.
Oh yeah, you have to do it on the air.
Off the air we couldn't do it, but on the air you're like, "Hey, bad breath, get in here." You know, there's
it's
some
good, it's
honesty.
good radio.
Yeah,
it's good radio.
Jimmy, you got to take that bit.
I'm taking this advice from you.
So there's
there's a guy on my crew that has bad
because
breath.
You're right. Family members will never say anything, or close friends. I've seen people walk around with some of the most horrific wigs on their head. And you're like, what? Where's the family to just go,
right.
That is a fucking raccoon hat.
Looks nothing like any hair.
Yeah.
It resembles nothing.
You should grab the back and go woo-woo to Norton. Woo-woo. Jimmy does the horrible...
But Jimmy makes a good point. If you're going to have fake hair, it has to resemble something. That's all we ask for.
Your eyebrows, or when the guys have like a red toupee and his hair
and
is
the gray is on the
his black
side.
eyebrows.
I've seen the red toupee and the gray sides.
It's like Mr. Potato Head.
So many times.
It's like things don't match at all. These ears don't look...
Horrible.
It's the most ridiculous thing in the world.
That bad breath, or
something.
like fucking ridiculous eyebrows that are just like coming out, or nostril hairs, or another thing where they're just flying out of someone's nose. You cut it. They make scissors.
They make mirrors.
Yeah. You
Look
look in there and just
before
go.
you leave your house.
That's good.
See what you look like.
That's good. I look like Adolf Hitler, and I don't even have a mustache.
I'll be almost there, honey. I gotta shave. I gotta comb my nose hairs.
Nose hair.
My nose hairs are being styled right now. I'll be right out. And we had Trump on, and I was gonna do some big because I know his hair is real. That's his hair.
Yeah.
And so what is he doing?
He just honestly,
is it a comb over?
Everyone's so afraid to talk to him about it, and he talked to me about it once. He was so normal. He's like, "What I do, I blow dry it. I put mousse in it, and wet it down, and blow dry it again, and it looks great, and that's all I do. I don't see what the big deal is." So I was going to talk about that, But I guess everyone was like, "Don't bring it up.
Don't bring it up."
You should have set up a giant fan behind him when he wasn't looking.
I did. I want to do that. I want to do that and have both of our hair fly off. We're both fall. The other bit I was going to do was very Three Stooges. I was going to say, "Can I touch your hair?" He's like, "Sure." And I was going to touch his hair and have a dog bark. But I couldn't get away with it. But maybe next time he comes on, I got to do it just because I think it'd be funny.
Why don't women understand the Three Stooges?
Yeah.
They just don't get it.
They don't get this. It's so weird. We're talking about that, and we're talking about Monty Python as well.
Yeah, they don't get it. It's just not in their realm of
quote
comedy.
Holy Grail all day long. Girls just go,
what?
I'm out.
Right. I don't get
that
it.
Makes no sense to me.
Three Stooges, same thing.
Three Stooges.
Why do you watch this? Because it's hilarious.
So good.
They don't get the barbaric because they never laughed at people getting kicked in the balls.
Right.
People falling down the stairs. Well, that's just male humor. There's something barbaric about a guy getting hit in the teeth with a wrench. It makes you laugh every time.
Like Mo would hit Larry with a huge monkey wrench.
Yeah.
You just laugh your ass off like, that would kill you. And he just goes, ow, hey, Mo.
Oh, it's great impression.
Like he just goes, what?
Yeah,
it would kill him.
Or like they were at the dry cleaners and they press Curly's head. Steam press.
That big steam press. It was frightening as a child.
He's
screaming.
Like,
and there's steam coming out of his ears.
Yeah, exactly. Steam's still coming out of his ears at the end. As a kid, you're like, I love that stuff.
Absolutely.
Even Little Rascals, I was into that too.
Oh, yeah,
They did some great stuff where they just put Buckwheat in a washing machine. I think it was him, or was it Farina? Or was it
Farina? Yeah, I think it was Farina.
They were babysitting Farina, and they put her in the washing machine and just had to go around. And that was like,
yeah, why not?
The FCC would be all over. They'd be like, you can't.
Last night we were talking about how Hal Roach was just like, and he's outlived them all pretty much. Hal Roach was the producer and creator, he just recently died. And it's like, he just must have said, yeah, I want that kid to stack up 3 chairs and then climb up top and fall on the floor. And where's the parents? All right, Hal, where's the money?
You know, totally, by the way. That's bizarre. Like, I always think about
rules?
child actor parents.
Yeah.
And do you remember Dudley from Different Strokes?
Oh, my God. The best episode ever was old Mr. Carlson from WKRP trying to get Duddykins into the fucking bathtub.
He got molested.
Yes.
One of the main characters on Different Strokes.
Like,
what was going on?
Where's the humor in that?
It was like, all right, hi, Dudley's Asian calling. Yeah. Great news. He's got a full episode. Great news. He's got to take his shirt off. Is it a pool party? No, it's not, actually. He's in a grown man's bathtub, and
yes, Gordon Clapp is going to fondle his chest, if you don't mind.
Gordon Clapp.
Those are there was a period of time when the sitcoms just went for the very special episodes. Mm-hmm. And they did them a lot. Like, they used to just have 1 or 2 very special episodes a year.
Like, all the time.
All the family. All the family.
Oh, he raped me. It's like, this is the main character of getting raped.
Like, it was all funny.
It's a comedy show.
And then there she is going, no, running around the house as some guy's trying to rape her.
And then the studio audience is silent.
Yeah.
Like, there's no laugh track.
Yeah.
Maybe one clap.
Yeah.
Stop clapping. It's not funny.
And if you remember, at the end of very special episodes on Norman Lear programs, the credits would come on. Your old TV had a problem with the white lettering. So instead of the clapping that would cover it up, you'd hear like, oh, and then ma, ma, as the different names came on in the white letters. And that was when you just sat there and went, ooh, that was uncomfortable.
Well, they had the facts of life. I think Natalie got raped.
Did she really?
They loved the rape in the
heavier
special
one.
episodes.
Yeah. She was stuck in a van or something. Couldn't get out of a van. It was like a double episode, I think.
When James died on Good Times, that was another one where Florida was holding it all together, and they're going, Mama, you gotta let this out. And she's like, no, everything's fine. And then she's like, oh, James, damn. And then the credits, me, it wasn't the big happy good time.
When they killed off Henry Blake on MASH, at the end, the cast didn't even know they were going to do that. When McLean Stevenson left the series, they only told Gary Berghoff They had no idea. So he walked in and said, Colonel Henry Blake was killed over the Sea of Japan. The plane. So the whole cast realized he wasn't coming back. So they all heard it on camera.
For the first time.
Yeah.
What a great
That
move.
was how the whole cast learned the plane was
The bigger
gone for
tragedy
good.
was Hello Larry.
That was a damn good show. And Radar showed his little teeny hand.
Aftermath. The Jamie Farr spinoff.
And
horrible.
Who was it? It was Father Mulcahy, Jamie Farr, and it was the three least charismatic guys on the entire show.
Radar O'Reilly was like, I don't even want any part of this. I'm gonna retire.
Was it Harry Morgan? Was it Harry Morgan, William Christopher, and Jamie Farr? I think those were the three that did Aftermath.
Oh, look at that. We got a little musical
look at that.
interlude.
See, we produced this show.
From the movie, by the way, not the TV series. Good job.
It's unbelievable. I'm trying to do an Alan Alda. I'm trying to.
Jimmy does a great Alan Alda, but only one word.
When he says, yes. Yes.
Come on, that's good.
That's really good.
Yeah, I don't like to.
Speaking of Jimmy,
Just one word impression.
Jimmy wanted to ask you, but I will. Did you get a picture with De Niro?
I don't think I did get a picture with De Niro.
You don't need one. He got video.
That's true.
Video?
Jimmy got denied a
Screen cap.
picture with De Niro, and it's one of his biggest disappointments in his
But
entire career.
he wasn't a dick about it. I gotta say, when I asked him, I shook his hand. This is the truth. I was at a Billy Crystal 700 Sundays premiere, and I didn't know De Niro was going to be there at the after party, so I tapped him, and I went, Bob. I swear to God, I thought he would think that he knew me. Yeah. Like, he's so famous, he'll think that we know each other.
Right.
And he looked at me, and I'm like, can I get a picture? And he was like, no.
What do you say?
I'm like, but he wasn't being a jerk. He's like, I just want to go say hi to Billy, because if I take one, everybody will start asking. Like, and I was like, okay. Like, but he wasn't rude to me. He shook my hand, and I knew what he was saying was accurate. I couldn't,
Then he told Billy to have you removed from the red.
No, then he took 50 pictures with everybody and spit on me. But no, that was all heartbreaking.
I have an autograph book that I have everyone sign who's on the show. And De Niro signed, and he put
Rupert Pupkin.
He put Dear Jimmy, I think you fucked up, Robert De Niro.
Did he really write that?
Yeah. So I thought that was pretty funny.
He should have been Rupert for the whole appearance.
I was thinking about that to come out.
Pumpkin.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh, what a great! Everyone's watching, right?
That is such a fantastically uncomfortable movie.
Sandra Bernhard was great.
Yeah, and him just sitting in the Jerry's office. I'll wait. They look at the ceiling. Is that cork?
Oh my gosh,
just
he was
so
weird.
Uncomfortable.
He's in his mother's
weirdo.
basement doing the monologue.
Yeah. Now, Jerry, I picture it this way.
Yeah.
The band starts. It's exactly 5 o'clock, and the band starts up. He plays the tape recorder. Ma!
The best laugh, right?
That's terrific.
That's terrific.
He leans over to the cardboard Jerry, and he goes, "Yeah, what? Yeah!" Like it told him something. And we never know what cardboard Jerry said.
Oh, he's so good at that stuff.
Amazing.
I mean, that was one of the best.
Do you think a guy like him, like Woody Allen, hates to talk about comedy? He hates it. If you want to talk to Woody, you got to talk to him about basketball, like with the Knicks or something like that. He wants to talk about. I wonder if De Niro has something like that. That like once you get him started on it, he's like, all right, fuck acting. Everybody knows I do that. Is there something you could get him on where he'd run with it and like that's what he really wants to discuss?
I emailed him like a bunch of questions before I had him on, and then he goes, they're getting better. Send me more. So I send him more questions, and he goes, oh, okay, it's okay. Can you send me some more? So I sent him more questions. I go, hey, by the way, this is only going to be like 6 minutes long. So I don't know what he goes, oh, 6 minutes? Oh, thank God, because these questions are getting worse and worse. Then he puts, I'll see you on Tuesday. I go, because he's coming on Monday. He just want to burn me. I was like, what a jerk. It's so funny. And then, but I was asking him I asked him every question. I mean, the last ones, I was just running out of questions. I'm like, you're in a lot of people's favorite movies. What is your favorite movie?
That one.
This feels like I'm a 50-year-old girl. Like on
That's actually not a bad question.
Who
That's
are your
something
inspirations?
Yeah, I didn't know what to. But I didn't even know what his favorite movies would be.
What did he say? Do you remember?
No, he didn't. He didn't answer those.
Really?
Yeah, well, I didn't get to ask him any questions. I was so busy sweating and trying to like freak out. You know, it's weird too when you do these talk shows that you got to go to commercial.
Yeah.
And it's not like at a party or something where you're talking to somebody like, oh, that's good. Yeah, hold on a second, Gary. We'll be right back with more Gary talking about his barbecue. It's like so it's odd cutting people off and segueing into. It's all about segueing.
Yeah.
Which I guess you don't really have to do, but I guess it's your choice. Like, you could easily go, like, all right, we got to go to commercial.
Yeah. Shut up! Just say that. Just go, shut up!
Stop talking.
And then you got to pick it up where you were, and then you got to get the energy back and the rhythm.
Just shut their mic off.
But it's a cool vibe on the show so far. It's been good for guests, but the music part is really cool too, because we were having, I wanted to see if I can get this done, and I got it done, but these kids, the kids from the last 3 benches of the crowd come down and sit behind the band.
Nice.
It's almost like an old, like, American Bandstand or,
oh shit, yeah.
like on like it was some British show. It wasn't Top of the Pops or something like that, where the artist is in between like a cave.
Bop a Rebop or some one of those British shows.
Top of the Pops.
Yeah.
Or something like that. But it's like, it was something like that where, and but it's so intimate. And if the camera's not on the floor, you don't know where you are. It looks like you're in a weird cubbyhole of just kids, and it's a good energy. It's like, it's super fun.
Yeah, definitely. And very different, which is
definitely a different look, yeah.
You got Tracy Morgan on tonight, one of our favorites.
Tracy Morgan. Yeah, I haven't talked to him.
Crazy.
Yeah. He talked about me. He bashed me in Penthouse magazine.
Did he really?
Did he? Yeah, and he said like I laughed, tried to steal the scenes from him in sketches, and he wanted to kick my ass.
Oh, that wasn't Jimmy Fallon. I was talking about someone else. That's what he would say.
But I called him on. I said, dude, what's going on? I go, because this is, by the way, I was in L.A. My career wasn't going on. Anything wasn't really happening. He's winning Emmys, standing behind Tina Fey. And I'm rooting for him. I go, dude, you're great. And then I get like 20 emails like, what's Tracy's problem? I go, I don't know what happened to him. He's funny. Like, he doesn't think you're funny.
Oh,
I'm like,
shit.
So I called him. I left a message. He hasn't called me back. It's the first time I'm seeing him is tonight.
Wow,
you're gonna call him out on it?
Yeah, I'm gonna say, what's up?
Nice.
Oh, good.
What happened? Like, what do you, because I love him. I always got along with him. I worked with him for like 6 years.
I'll be watching that tonight.
How fucking great is that, though? Like, I love the non-phoniness of that. To say, look, I want to talk about this on the television.
On television.
I respect Tracy for showing up because he knows it's going to come up, and I respect you for fucking putting him on and going, all right, why did you say that? Good for you, man.
I was drunk. I still like to have some.
I mean, it is Penthouse. It's Penthouse magazine.
I mean, looking for something a little different.
Anything, yeah. They're looking for something. I mean,
yeah.
Besides selling the girls.
I saw him at Caroline's, and he spent a lot of his set asking the girl in the front row if she wanted to see his pubes. He's
an odd bird, Tracy.
and then we did a celebrity softball game a few years back, and he came with Brewer, and he decided to go out there on the mound in front of like 10,000 people with just a jockstrap on, and he was so extremely comfortable walking around naked. Like that.
He loves his own awful body. There is a beauty in that. Someone, because he has a body like a tall infant. It's just and he's completely comfortable being himself.
Yeah, we go out drinking and stuff like that. This is when he used to drink. He doesn't drink anymore. But we go out, and then like 2 seconds would pass by. I turn around, his shirt is off. Right. I go, what happened to your shirt? And he's like standing on a table, and I go, okay, that's not my move. Usually I vomit secretly in the bathroom and go home if I'm that wasted. I mean, I'm never that wasted where I remove my clothes and walk. I'm not that proud. I'm embarrassed.
Yeah. He hasn't done our show since he hit on 30 Rock, which...
Last time he was in here, we had last time he did our show, we had guys putting their testicles in a box that had wasps in it.
Oh, right,
and Tracy was afraid he was going to get stung, and he didn't have a bee suit, so he left. And that's the last time he was on.
We were dressed in bee suits.
He left in a panic.
Because I'm petrified of bees, but I thought the idea of having guys have their nuts stung with bees was hysterical. So I'm in a beekeeper suit, like all petrified.
And he's freaking out.
And Tracy's in here like, oh, I don't like these bees.
And he ran out as he was dressed as a beekeeper. Yeah, the video's up on YouTube somewhere.
It's so funny that you watch 30 Rock and you see Tracy Jordan, you go, that's Tracy Morgan.
Yeah, that's really him.
Yeah, that's what he, I mean, he does stuff like that. He's funny as hell.
Yeah.
Man. But it's like, it's just, it's so funny. Like, that's how crazy
I can't wait to see that now.
His life is.
Just like you guys discussing that interview.
Yeah.
Are you going to talk to him first, or is this a person that you're going to keep it live?
I don't think I have time. He's doing Saturday Night Live. He's rehearsing, he's hosting Saturday Night Live this weekend. So
you left pretty abruptly, Saturday Night Live. Like, it was a surprise, I think, to a lot of people.
I didn't give it a big build-up. I didn't want to
there wasn't a big build-up.
Probably should have.
By the way, one of the best departing bits ever, by the way, was the Grease
the Summer Lovin' thing.
That was hysterical.
So
one of the
fun.
best departing
I think that was, I think someone just wrote that as the end of our season, so we're all going on summer vacation, and really it became the goodbye because
you're leaving.
Yeah, like I broke the news update.
I'm
not coming back. Yes,
it was your decision, right?
Yeah, totally my decision. Yeah,
I think.
Well, I love the thing I love about Saturday Night Live is that it constantly changes, and it constantly gets a new cast. So I was there for 6 seasons, which is longer than I even wanted to. I mean, Belushi was there for 3. You know, I wanted to do 3 and get out just because I love the show and I love how it's changing and the comedy changes and everything changes. That's what makes the show work. So I was like, nah, that's it. I'm going to go. And they offered, said, do you want to stay another 2 seasons or something like that? And Update's doing well. And I was like, it's just probably better. And then if I just split, and they're like, what do you want to do? I go, I'm probably going to try movies. I don't know. And then Lauren said, he's like, well, you know, we're going to have to replace Conan, you know, in 2009. This is 5 years ago. And he goes, so just keep in mind, I think you'd be good at that. And I was like,
yeah, that's forever from now.
Exactly. So then I'm like, tried movies. I had 2 movies. They didn't do that great. So, you know, I got my shot. And then, Lauren called me up in 2000, you know, I got married. I met my wife on the second movie, Fever Pitch, and she's cool. And by
the way, I like that movie. I gotta say it. I think the Red Sox fucked you by winning the damn thing.
By winning
for real.
It was amazing though.
I have no problem saying I really like that movie.
Thanks.
But it was the same year the Red Sox finally decided to win a World Series for the first time in over 100 years, whatever the fuck it was.
86 years. Yeah.
That was really important to the movie you were making. That you had this curse.
Yeah. But it was actually, it almost came to like a greater ending than, because it almost like a fake. If we had them win, people would be like, this is bullshit.
Right.
There's no way. They didn't win. I mean, this is crazy. Yeah. It was, Red Sox fans are phenomenal. Yeah. They really, really, really get into it. It's like a religion.
Yeah.
Like, they weren't like hooping and hollering and jumping up and down. When they won, they were just crying. They were like weak, and it was like, it was a serious thing. They were on the phone talking. They put Dad on the phone.
As a Yankee fan, so was I, by the way.
Yeah.
I was crying.
No, you rooting for you wanted the St. Louis to win?
I really am not
just wanted the Red Sox to lose.
And after the thrashing, that thrashing they gave the Yankees,
that was crazy.
Second. What year was that?
2003. No, we were on the air 2005, maybe.
Yeah.
It was 3.
It was just the giant meltdown. The giant Yankee meltdown.
That was it. That was 2003.
We were on the air.
Just. That was it. That was like, I couldn't.
Yeah. But I mean, you couldn't have done it better. I mean, he had the bloody sock.
I just understood how Red Sox fans felt in '86.
Yes.
That was like, oh my God, this is how that feels.
Yes. You got
Holy
a little
shit.
taste in this.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
You had it. You had it in the bag.
You can't even talk about Buckner in Fenway Park.
No.
You'll get removed. Politely removed.
Didn't he come back to some? Was there like? Did he show back up after they won or something? There was something that happened with him and Boston fans. It wasn't.
I think they brought him back to throw out a pitch or something after.
And the crowd cheered for him. I guess they realized that they really.
Well, we offered him to be in the movie, and I think he was like, "Man,
yeah, I don't."
He had to move.
Oh yeah,
that's a bad one.
Out of his thing. Yeah, we were gonna have. We had Stephen King.
Roller up the first base. Let's behind the bag. Oh, jeepers.
Mookie Wilson, Ray Knight was coming home. Oh, God, it was unbelievable. It must have been it was a great documentary where Dennis Leary was really funny about that stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
did you see this on HBO?
I saw that.
God, he's so funny.
About the Red Sox curse.
Yeah. God. And I think, there's another comedian that was in it, Mike.
Di Stefano, Birbiglia?
Not Birbiglia. He's a Boston guy. Mike O'Malley. Mike O'Malley was telling this funny story. I think he's talking about how he's calling his brother. And he's dialing almost every digit because the Sox are about to win. And he doesn't press the last number.
Yeah, just wait.
And then it just never gets a chance to press it. He couldn't do it. He just cries. It's just a great HBO documentary about the Sox losing. It's just great.
They're saying you have to go.
Yeah, this is going great, but Jimmy really is a busy man.
He's a busy guy these days.
Wait, real quick, what about you said something about Stephen King, because he's a big Red Sox fan.
He threw out the first pitch in our movie. We had the fake opening day, and we called Larry Bird. And Larry Bird was like, he's on a family vacation or something. And then, so we got Stephen King to throw out the first pitch. And he was like, he threw it out, and he's like, if the Sox lose, you better not blame me. You can't do this to me. Like, I'm doing the Farrelly brothers a favor. Like, he did us a solid.
Let me ask Jimmy Norton. If Jimmy Fallon called you and said, look, you want to throw out the first pitch in my movie, but you're on family vacation, how would that play out for you?
For Jim Norton, it would play out very well. Because I have a career that I'm working on.
Yeah.
If I was Larry Bird, and I was a Hall of Fame player, and I wasn't promoting anything, I would go, I'm on a family vacation. There's a difference when you're a retired NBA guy and when you're
that's real fame, is what I'm saying. Like, I'm on a family vacation. I don't have time for your silly movie. But Norton would kick his mother into the river.
Yes. Regardless of your film offer, I would do that.
Right. We gotta get Jimmy out of here. Doing a lot of press today, or just kind of?
I'm doing Oprah after this.
Oh, us and Oprah in the same day.
We actually canceled her to have you on.
Yeah, exactly.
I bumped Oprah to make room for you guys.
That's fucking.
I'm
huge,
doing Oprah.
Man.
I'm doing Larry
awesome.
King tonight.
Oh my God!
Yeah, I got.
We gotta take that.
Do our Larry King.
How
bit.
important is the microphone?
Yeah.
Yeah, tell me.
Do you think suspenders will ever come back in style?
I'm trying to have a comeback here with the suspenders. So, Jimmy, you're on what time?
Oh my God.
What? His
I go to bed at 7.
Yeah.
What time are you on?
What is a DVR? And is it dangerous for our soldiers?
Oh, Larry, you're...
How important are the laughs?
Take a caller.
How important are the laughs to comedy?
He actually, we started this whole thing when he actually asked a skateboarder, that guy that did that huge skateboard thing, he was
fell
on a
to
half
earth,
pipe
remember?
and fell like 50 feet.
Ridiculous.
And yeah, it was all over YouTube and everything. And he was interviewing that guy. I guess they had nobody else to interview. And he ran out of questions. He said, "How important is the board?"
The skateboard.
It's like, well, when you're skateboarding, it's all important.
Pretty much everything.
The guy's fixing his IV bag.
Yeah.
It's pretty important, Larry.
We'll be right back after I change my colostomy bag.
Hey, that's great for Jimmy, man. Larry King, Oprah today, and Tracy Morgan on the show tonight. It might be a little...
I want to check that out. Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to hopefully just squash it. I mean,
I'm sure you will.
It would still be interesting to see him walk out, though, and know that you guys have this this conflict. I mean, it will be very
I want to
interesting
hear what he had, like his excuse, because he'll have a Tracy excuse.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah, he's like,
That's what I said.
my snake was talking.
Yeah, my snake is like something that you don't even
That's
understand.
a lot of snakes, yeah.
It'll be a good moment tonight.
He was
So
going to
cool.
every girl in the locker room. Is like, I want you to have my daughter.
Yeah, he's good like that.
You got childbearing hips.
That's a good pickup line.
Yeah.
We have him, we have an animal expert guy, and then we have Trace Atkins, some country singer.
Ah,
sure.
damn, yeah.
Yeah, good. I like Trace Atkins.
No chimps on the show, right? With
No, thank
ripping
God.
people's faces
There's a
off
ban
and
right
stuff.
now, yeah.
It's like, it was always so cute when Johnny Carson would have, and you don't realize these things could eat your face and
Now
rip
the
your
guy's
testicles
deformed.
off.
Yeah, like, yeah. Oh my gosh.
Horrible, those things.
We could keep going forever.
It's on
We gotta
tonight.
get
I
out
know,
of
he's
here.
got to go.
12:35 on NBC every night, Monday through Friday, and the website is latenightwithjimmyfallon.com.
And I know he likes his Twitter. Jimmy Fallon on Twitter. So
Thanks,
follow
guys.
Jimmy.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Doing
Glad
great.
you guys are
Thank
awesome.
you.
Thanks for having me
Fallon.
back. I appreciate it.
Jimmy Fallon,
Good man.
come
Thank
on.
you so much.
Give him a little love.
Thank you.
The Virus. Sirius XM.